This show is part of One Place, a daily network of focused briefings across the stories people follow most.
Welcome to today's roundup. We have a packed show today covering everything from major TV reboots and music industry secrets to some very serious family drama and incredible survival stories from Hollywood's biggest stars.
The Baywatch reboot cast is finally being revealed.
Taylor Frankie Paul addresses her recent domestic dispute.
Melissa Aftermar shares intimate Grohl details.
The Spice Girls anniversary tour is officially axed.
Jennifer Lopez celebrates her freedom after the split.
Bachelorette suitors react to Taylor Frankie Paul's news.
Dick Van Dyke surfaces after a tragic weekend.
Janelle Evans' son, Jace, hospitalized after 911 call.
Meghan Markle shares rare footage of Princess Lilibet.
Niecy Nash escapes cartel violence with help from swingers.
First, the beach is back.
Fox is officially turning up the heat with the cast reveal for the reimagined Baywatch reboot. It has been over 20 years since the original cultural phenomenon ended, and the new lineup is looking sharp. Leading the pack is Stephen Amell as Hobie Buchanan, but the real buzz is around Brooke Nader. She is a former Dancing with the Stars contestant and Sports Illustrated model who actually wore the iconic red one piece on a magazine cover back in 2003. In this version, she plays Celine, a sharp-tongued lifeguard at Zuma Beach. Her character is described as being excellent at her job, but having a very different approach to saving lives, which creates immediate friction with Amell's character.
The friction between Celine and Hobie apparently goes much deeper than just professional differences, especially after Hobie brings his daughter Charlie onto the team. Speaking of Charlie, she is played by Jessica Belkin and is described as the biological daughter Hobie never knew he had. She arrives from Galveston with a fearless attitude and a goal to earn her place on the squad. We also see some legacy connection with David Chokachi returning as Cody Matheson. He is not just a mentor now. He runs the local bar and grill called The Shoreline, though he still puts on the red trunks for the occasional shift. It sounds like a perfect mix of new drama and nostalgic nods for the longtime fans.
Next up, reality TV drama.
Taylor Frankie Paul is breaking her silence after a very turbulent week. Reports surfaced that production on The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives had to be paused following a domestic violence incident involving her and her ex-boyfriend, Dakota Mortensen. This news broke right as she was preparing for the premiere of her season of The Bachelorette this coming Sunday. In a recent interview, Taylor admitted that her heart hurts to see these reports coming out now. She mentioned that every premiere she has experienced has been tainted by some kind of struggle, and this one is no different. She described the current atmosphere as extremely heavy, noting that it took everything she had just to show up for the press previews.
The situation is complicated because the Draper City Police Department confirmed an open domestic assault investigation, with allegations being made in both directions. Taylor and Dakota have a long history of toxic, on-again, off-again behavior that was actually documented during the first season of her Hulu show. By the time season 4 debuted last week, they were still in the thick of it. Taylor expressed that while she is struggling, she felt it was important to show up for her professional commitments so she doesn't give away the opportunities she worked so hard for. The upcoming 5th season of the Mormon Wives show is expected to cover the aftermath of her time on The Bachelorette, assuming production resumes as planned after this investigation.
Now, to a rock confession.
Melissa Aftermar has released a new memoir titled Even the Good Girls Will Cry, and it contains some very candid revelations about her past relationship with Dave Grohl. The former Smashing Pumpkins and Hole bassist dated the Foo Fighters frontman from 1999 to 2001. In the book, she credits Grohl as the first person to ever make her climax, specifically noting that she was 26 at the time. She was very open about the fact that she wasn't particularly into sex before meeting him, but she praised the effort he put into their intimate life. She explained that she chose to share this not to gossip about a famous ex, but to contribute to a broader conversation about the mystery of female pleasure.
Melissa views this part of her book as a coming-of-age story for women. She told People magazine that the secret was shared for all women embarking on their own journeys of self-discovery. She felt that discussing this milestone was more meaningful than just being labeled as a famous guy's girlfriend. The relationship eventually ended in 2001 because their career paths and lifestyles were moving in different directions, but she clearly still values the awareness she gained during that time. It is an interesting contrast to the recent headlines surrounding Grohl's personal life and his marriage. For Melissa, it was about unlocking her own code and understanding her needs, which she hopes will resonate with other women who might feel similar blinders in their own lives.
Moving to the Spice Girls.
It is a sad day for fans of girl power because the Spice Girls' 30th anniversary reunion tour has reportedly been axed. The group, consisting of Jerry Horner, Mel B, Mel C, Emma Bunton and Victoria Beckham had been in talks for a series of major concerts to celebrate 3 decades since their debut single Wannabe changed the world. Unfortunately, they simply could not reach an agreement on the comeback plans. This follows news that a planned Netflix project was also cancelled recently. Sources suggest that tensions within the band played a role, with some reports claiming Jerry Horner specifically was hesitant to sign on. Mel C recently confirmed on the radio that there is currently no reunion in the works, despite their constant communication.
While Mel C remains optimistic that they might do something in the future, the immediate plans have completely fallen apart. So far, the only official 30th anniversary item is a collectible coin from the Royal Mint. This is particularly disappointing because there were signs of progress. Earlier this year, Victoria Beckham even joined the group for a sing-along at her home recently, which fans took as a sign that she might finally be ready to return to the stage after skipping the 2019 tour. Mel B has also been very vocal about wanting to get back together. However, with the tour and the documentary both off the table for now, it seems the internal disagreements over the direction of the anniversary celebration were just too significant to overcome.
Next, Jennifer Lopez's new era.
Jennifer Lopez is making it very clear that she is moving forward after her divorce from Ben Affleck. She recently posted some stunning photos on Instagram wearing a nude mini dress and high stilettos, looking incredibly confident. Fans have been calling this her happy era, and J.Lo seems to agree. She recently opened up about the freedom she has found since finalizing the divorce in January. She admitted that her world felt like it exploded when the marriage ended, which led her to take a full year off from work to heal. She canceled tours and chose to stay home with her kids, focusing on self-reflection rather than running away from the pain through work or new relationships. It was a major shift for her.
For the first time since her early 20s, Jennifer is officially single and not looking to date anyone. She told Nightline that being on her own feels really good, even though it was a scary prospect for her when she was younger. She realized that she couldn't blame anyone else for her situation and wanted to truly figure herself out. By sitting with her feelings, instead of distracting herself, she says she has reached a point where she feels free and in control of her own life. The recent photos and her upbeat attitude suggest that the healing process worked. She is embracing this solo chapter with a lot of grace, proving that taking that time off to prioritize her well-being and her family was exactly what she needed.
Back to the Bachelorette drama.
The men competing for Taylor Frankie Paul's heart on The Bachelorette are reportedly in shock over the domestic violence allegations involving her and Dakota Mortensen. According to sources, many of the contestants were completely caught off guard because their experience with Taylor on the show was so positive. They described her as kind, genuine, and well-intentioned, noting that they saw a softer and more authentic side of her during filming. Some of the suitors are even standing by her, suggesting that there might be misconceptions about her character and that she joined the show for the right reasons. They have urged the public not to judge her too quickly while the truth is still coming out, though the situation remains very tense for everyone involved.
However, not all the feedback is supportive. Other reports indicate that some of the men feel extremely let down and upset by the situation. There is a sense of solidarity among the contestants as they process the news that their leading lady is caught up in such a serious legal and personal dispute. Producers still plan to air the season starting this Sunday, but the atmosphere is definitely clouded by these real-world events. Everyone is wondering how this will affect the final outcome of the show and what the winner will think once the full details of the Utah investigation are revealed. It is a messy situation that has left the cast and the fans questioning what was real and what was just for the cameras.
Now, a legend's difficult milestone.
Dick Van Dyke was recently spotted in Los Angeles, appearing frail in a wheelchair alongside his wife, Arlene Silver. This outing comes after what should have been a joyous celebration for his 100th birthday in December. Unfortunately, the milestone was overshadowed by a horrific tragedy. Just one day before his birthday, Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle, were murdered. Rob was the son of Van Dyke's best friend and collaborator, Carl Reiner. In fact, Van Dyke's character on his famous show was named Rob after a young Rob Reiner. The loss has clearly taken a heavy toll on the legendary actor. His wife shared that he didn't sleep after hearing the news, staying up to follow the developments as they unfolded in the media.
The details of the crime are devastating. The Reiners were found in their Brentwood estate, and their son Nick has since been charged with the murders. Arlene Silver described the weekend as weird, wonderful, and awful all at once. While the birthday celebration itself was beautiful, the immediate aftermath was a nightmare. Seeing Van Dyke out now, months later, it is clear the emotional weight of losing people so close to his inner circle is still very present. He and Arlene just celebrated their 14th wedding anniversary, and she has been a constant support for him during this incredibly difficult time. It is a somber reminder that even at a century old, the loss of dear friends and their families remains a profound and painful experience.
Shifting to teen mom news.
Chilling details have emerged regarding a 911 call made by Janelle Evans's mother, Barbara. On February 22nd, Barbara called authorities in North Carolina to report a troubled teen disturbance involving her 16-year-old grandson, Jace. In the audio, Barbara sounds frantic, telling the dispatcher that Jace was destroying her house and had held a gun to his own head. She also claimed he was screaming at her and attempting to hurt her. This terrifying incident led to Jace being taken for inpatient psychiatric care. There has been ongoing speculation about Jace's mental health and potential substance use, with some sources claiming he had been drinking and using drugs before this specific outburst occurred. It is a heartbreaking situation for the entire family.
Janelle's representative has asked for privacy during this time, stating that the family is focusing on their well-being and spending time together. This is just the latest in a long string of public struggles for Janelle and her eldest son. Jace has been at the center of custody battles and family feuds for years, and this recent hospitalization highlights just how dire the situation has become. There are also reports of financial tension, with claims that Janelle has been hesitant to pay for Jace's medical expenses. Regardless of the internal family politics, the primary focus now is on getting the teenager the help and stability he needs. It remains unclear how long his treatment will last, but the severity of the 911 call suggests a long road ahead.
Next, a royal home video.
Meghan Markle gave fans a rare and very sweet look into her family life in California this week. She shared a video on her Instagram stories featuring her 4-year-old daughter, Princess Lilibet. In the clip, you can see Lilibet wearing colorful rain boots and a purple jacket while she pets chickens in the family's coop. You can even hear the little girl's voice briefly, which is a treat for fans who rarely get to see or hear the royal children. Meghan also shared a video of herself arranging flowers in her backyard, with Prince Harry heard off-camera complimenting her work. He called the arrangement beautiful, and noted that she looked pretty in pink, showing a very relaxed and happy side of their domestic life.
The timing of these posts isn't just a coincidence. Meghan used the opportunity to tease a new collaboration between her brand, As Ever, and the luxury floral company High Camp Supply. She posted a photo of her hands alongside Lilibet's holding a white flower to mark the announcement. Meghan has apparently been a fan of flower arranging since her bridal shower in 2019, and she is now turning that passion into a business venture. It is a clever way to blend her personal life with her professional projects, giving followers the glimpses of her children they crave while also building buzz for her upcoming products. The glimpses of their life in Montecito show a family that seems very settled and content in their private California oasis.
Finally, Niecy Nash's escape.
Niecy Nash recently shared a wild story on Keke Palmer's podcast about being trapped in Mexico during a period of intense cartel violence. She was there celebrating her birthday with her entire family, including her children and her mother, when the situation turned dangerous. As food supplies at their location began to run low, Niecy tried to get rations from a nearby hotel, but they refused to help. In a desperate move, she snuck onto the property and encountered a couple at the bar who turned out to be swingers. Seeing an opportunity, Niecy played along and got their room number, pretending she wanted to join their party later. She then used that room number to order a massive amount of food to be delivered to their room.
The couple was apparently too intoxicated to notice the large order, and Niecy paid for everything in cash so it wouldn't show up on their bill. She was able to successfully smuggle the food back to her family. The violence in the area had ignited after a major cartel leader was killed, leading to days of chaos. Niecy and her wife Jessica Betts eventually made it back to the States safely, but she admitted there was a lot of fear and anxiety during the ordeal. She praised the resilience of her family and joked that you have to do what you have to do when your family is hungry. It is a testament to her quick thinking and a truly unbelievable story of survival in a very frightening international crisis.
That's our roundup for today. For more daily briefings on the stories that matter most, make sure to follow this show. We'll be back tomorrow with more updates. Thanks for listening.